Good evening and happy 2023. These years just go by. It's just time waits for no one. My name is Robin, certified nutrition specialist. Happy New Year. And we're going to talk about one simple change. This is the perfect time of the year, the beginning of the year, where we are focused on our health, wellness, and nutrition. And we're just going to have some conversations. As I mentioned to you, I am a nutritionist, and this is my 15th year. Very, very passionate about helping as many people as we can use food and nutrition to just live a better life. So before we get into talking with our guests a little bit, I want to share with you, I was thinking about what it takes for success, not just in our health, just in our life in general. So I'm just going to share with you all real quick 6 keys to success. Some of you, it will be a complete reminder, but I think this is a good time to do that. So real quick, let me just give you the 6 keys to success. And again, this is applicable to your life in all facets, including your health and nutrition. So number 1 is to make a decision. That's where it starts. When you make a decision and you decide, no matter what, this is what I'm going to do, that is the first key to success. And if you do these things that I'm mentioning, your success is guaranteed. So number 1 is to make a decision. Number 2 is to prepare. And that's mentally and physically. The environment that's around us, the community, has so much to do with our success. So number 2 is to prepare your mind for the goal and to prepare your environment. Number 3 is to be grateful. No matter where you are, no matter how long it's take, no matter what the road ahead of you is, you've got to be grateful for now what you have always, because there's always a lesson and a blessing in everything that happens to us or for us. So that's number 3. Number 4 is patience. When you're going after that goal, that desire, Rome wasn't built in a day. So number 4 is patience. Number 5 is consistency. We know that life is like riding a mechanical bull. It's trying to throw you to the ground all the time. Get your butt back on that mechanical bull, hold on tight and stay consistent, because that is going to take you to your success. And number 5 is about action. We can talk, but unless we pray and move our feet, then we will not reach that success. So the 6 keys to success, really quick: make a decision, number 1. Number 2, prepare. Number 3, be grateful. Number 4, be patient. Number 5, be consistent. And number 6, take action. So with that being said, let's talk about our health and nutrition in 2023. I'm going to introduce you all to a couple of folk. And let me tell you this, there's a program that I do and I recommend. It's called The Shred. And that program is a 10-day jumpstart to better health. And it is very good to do right now. And so we do a few simple things over 10 days. And in those 10 days, we're getting rid of the habits that don't serve us mentally and physically, and then flooding our bodies with whole foods. So I want to introduce you really quick to Debbie. Debbie, where are you? Debbie Williams, just unmute yourself. And I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions. Got to unmute. Are you unmute? Debbie, unmute. As soon as Debbie unmutes, I'm going to ask her a couple of questions. There you are. So I have a question for you, because I just found this out. You have been shredding. So you've been a part of the shred community for how long
now? About 6 or 7 months.
6 or 7 months. And although we don't tout the shred as a weight loss program, it's a lifestyle program. We know that when you do what your body wants you to do, the side effects are then releasing pounds. Debbie, how many pounds have you released by being a part of the shred?
38 pounds.
38 pounds in 6 or 7 months. I know people are like, yes, yes. So what have you been doing, right? What has been your protocol during this 7 months as being a part of the shred? Tell us just your experience in the shred program.
So what I do is I work out most days. I do the Juice Plus shakes in the morning. And that's actually my that's what I want for breakfast now. If I don't have a shake or um, then I kind of feel off. So it's my go-to in the morning to have a shake. Um, and then I participate in the shreds. Um, I would say like the first one was probably the hardest getting used to that, but they get easier because my body really to it. And I think it's absolutely true that w- my body wanted more of the healthy foods. My
Yeah.
stomach just can't handle
All of
the
it.
unhealthy foods anymore. Um, so I really depend on those shakes.
Was it a complete shift for you for going from eating and flooding your body with all this nutrition from what you used to do? Was it a real complete change for you?
Um, I have two kids, so I really try to enforce, the fruits and vegetables and having your fruits and vegetables before having a treat.
Okay.
Um, and before I did this program, I was really the heaviest I'd ever been in my life.
Mhm.
So when I was able to do the shakes and that helped me, jumpstart my day. It made me want to eat healthier. It made me want to continue to exercise and focus on just health and healthy foods. Um, it really just changed my mindset. So I would say in that way it did, and it helped with the consistency.
Got it. Well, for those of you all are listening to Debbie and we're talking about the shred. So one of the components of the shred, in addition to for these 10 days, taking out dairy and gluten and sugar and things that don't serve us for 10 days, we also replace 1 or 2 meals with an all plant-based shake. It's a protein mix. And what's powerful about it is that it is fiber in there, which is good for our bowels and helps to balance us out. And there's also what's called prebiotics, which is good for the gut. So that is a cornerstone of the shred program, in addition to then flooding your body with lots of fruits and vegetables and drinking a lot of water and sleeping and moving your body. And it's a community. There's so many of us doing this, and the support and the love is amazing. You have a lot of fans out there, Debbie. They're like in the chat, like, yay. And yeah, like you're getting a lot of love. So thank you so much for that. That was quick. That was easy. Hang on here, or you can hang on with us. But I just wanted to hear your story. People are clapping. Dude, you can't see them. I don't know. But, they love that. They love that. Thank you
You.
so much. We may come back to you, but I appreciate that. And so Jen, where's Jen? Jen, my friend. Jen, are you around? Okay. Nope, that's Debbie still. Jennifer, where are you? Did Jen go? Jen. We're looking for Jen. I don't know where Jen went.
I'm looking for
I'm looking for Jen. Did Jen go? I don't know. Maybe she left. Well, yeah, I don't know where Jen went. Well, we will find Jen and have Jen share some of her experience and her journey. But in the meantime, Renetta, you have a powerful story. Just, I don't even know where to start with this because it's so powerful to me. But there was a time when eating healthy was not easy for you, and you've been on a journey. So I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions. If you don't mind sharing where you started in your health journey, and it's been some years ago, but tell your truth.
and thanks, Robin. Wow, it's something to think about it too. So I honestly started gaining weight at the age of 8 after I decided food would be my very best friend. And over the years, I just used food, and I eventually topped the scales at just below 400 pounds. I was a size 36. I was pre-diabetic, high blood pressure, pain all over my body. I literally could not buckle the seatbelt in my car. And so the answer at that time, this is 25 years ago this year, 25 years ago this year. I made a drastic move and I had gastric bypass surgery. And I was able to lose in about 9 months, about 100 pounds. And then the rest took a lot, lot longer. But at least that first 100 allowed me to be able to walk. And I learned to walk and build new habits. But let's just say I continued to struggle with my weight, just continued, because I'm sure I'm not the only one out there that it's easy to lose the weight, but then the harder part is gaining the weight.
Keep it on.
Maintaining, not gaining that weight back. And so fast forward about, I don't know, how long have we known each other, Robin? So
Is it 5 years? Not 5, is it almost 5 years?
It's 5 years because we met. We didn't start Juice Plus right away. I met this beautiful lady at a health fair that I worked for Riverside County Office of Ed, and she came to a health fair, and I shared that story with her. And she told me about these fruits and vegetables and berries in capsule form and gummies. And I said, girl, please.
And so I actually want to stop you right there. I want to stop you for 2 reasons. Because I think I found Jen. Because I think I found Jen. And I want to ask Jen a couple questions.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ask
Jen,
Jen a question.
Huh? What'd you say?
Ask Jen a couple questions.
Yeah, I do want to ask Jen a couple questions because I want to come back to you because there's just a lot of things that I want to say to you, but those that are listening, you heard Vernetta say that she was 400 pounds at one point, and that is quite a journey. So I'm gonna come back to you because it's a powerful journey, and where you are now and who you are now is amazing, and I want people to really hear that. So Jen, I found you, right, Jen? Where are you?
I'm sorry. I mean,
No worries. So I want to start with this question, and I know this because I happened upon this with you. We were talking about health, and you and I and people that are shredding, and you're not necessarily shredding, but we use that plant-based shake. And we were talking about it in some way, and you were telling me about how it helped your blood sugar. And I was amazed by that. So can we start with that? When you're taking those shakes, what happened with you in the shakes?
I have something called PCOS. It's polycystic ovarian syndrome, and it means that I'm insulin resistant. I'm predisposed to diabetes and heart disease. It has a laundry list of symptoms that come with it. They say 1 in 5 women most likely have it, but it's the most underdiagnosed. So it's fatigue, it's male pattern hair loss, male pattern hair growth, weight issues, more just predisposed to miscarriages, scatterbrained, which we all have that a little bit, but it sometimes can be a little bit more. So it's just kind of a laundry list of things that go with it. But I was losing my hair. I had adult onset acne. So I was kind of a mess. When I started what was T30 back then, and now it's the Shred, the plant-based powder, the protein mix. I do it 2 different ways. I either make it a meal in the morning, which is usually the way I do it, and fill it with greens, fill it with fruit, and a healthy fat, and then the protein. And that's how I start my day. But I was able to get off of my medication that I have been put on which is a diabetic medication for PCOS. I had been trying for over 8 years to get myself off of this medication. And now sometimes I'll even just do it as a quick shake. My kids will use it around their sports. It's something that will never not be part of my life.
Were you shocked? Just to be able to use it and then having your medications off or reduced?
Off, and it's been off. I can't remember the year, but it's at least 8 years.
Wow.
And that's with the capsules as well, the plant powders. But
Yeah.
the shake, to me, is vital. It's low glycemic, and so that's the huge part that people need to understand about this protein powder.
Yeah, you know what? People get confused because it has sugar in it, so they
Right.
see that it has sugar in it, which is natural cane sugar. People are saying it's so inspiring. You're getting the accolades too. But when they see that there's sugar in it, people are like, well, how is that going to help me? But it's designed to be complete with fiber.
Exactly. Sugar isn't scary with fiber. And like broccoli has sugar in it. You know, it's a matter of how the fiber works in your body to make it process slowly so that it burns the fuel. So it's not something to be scared of, and it's also natural. It's not an artificial sweetener.
Thank you for saying that, Jen. I don't even think I've been able to articulate it as well as what you just said. We was like, yes, Jen, in the chat, because don't be afraid of the sugar because it's natural and it has the fiber. That is like so, so powerful. And then just hearing your story. Now, you and I, we take the protein shake, but we also take fruits and vegetables in a capsule. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about that, but I want those that are listening to understand this. There was a time where I would, as a nutritionist, recommend vitamins, multivitamins, because that's what the world says to do, right? We're using vitamins to, we think, bridge the gap. Like, oh, I'm not eating well, so I'm going to take a multivitamin. And what I realized is that a multivitamin never helped any of my clients ever. It just never helped. And I switched over to recommending that my customers and clients take fruits and vegetables in a capsule, which looks like a vitamin because it's in a capsule, but it's not. It's the pits, the peel, the seeds. It's raw fruits and vegetables. But it sounds ridiculous. Like when I first heard it, I was like, what? And I think that's what happened to you too. Is that true, Jen? You had a story, or
You become the best researcher on the planet because you're skeptical.
yes.
So you can't believe that fruits and vegetables can be that simple. So now you have to become like the scientist and this researcher. And that's what I did, because my son had eczema, and he had molluscum, which is just really painful and itchy. And the doctors had him on a steroid cream. And they told me when it was time to put him on the second dosage of it to only do half because it was too strong. So that made me go, what the heck am I doing? That's, my little boy. And because I was researching, I found the studies, and I found that there was a skin study, and it made me go, okay, wait a minute. Like, it's certainly, fruit and vegetables are certainly not going to hurt us.
Right.
So let's try it. And I'm not out here to make claims, but I mean, it made such a huge difference in his skin that it made me wake up and go, okay, this is something I need to look at for my family.
And so it cleared up his skin.
Yes, and he's 13 now. He was 5 then. And unless he completely smothers himself in fleece and UGG blankets and everything else, that is the only thing that may have a tiny little flare up. He had to look backwards.
And I want people to be clear about what they're hearing. So just to be here, what we're saying and what you're hearing is that we flood our bodies. So we eat a lot of produce. We eat broccoli and kale and beets and all of those things, but we also bridge the gap by taking raw fruits and vegetables in capsules, because it's in the rawest forms, the pits, the peel, the seeds, and all of that. And then we don't get enough produce, even though we feel like we do, or we think we do. The produce in the store is been sitting there, had to travel, it's not vine ripened, etc. So when we are kitty, you did it, Bree. Thank you. I know it all taking me off the game because I love the kitty. Thank you. So Bernetta does too. So when we're flooding our body with these plant powders, it just does so many powerful things. And I want y'all to know this. It has a nutrition facts label. I'm telling you, it's in a capsule or a chewable. So you look at it and you say, oh, it's a vitamin. It's food. Just like going to the store and getting frozen broccoli, it has a nutrition facts label. So part of doing the shred, when you're putting the protein in, and then we recommend that you also use the fruits and vegetables as in a capsule. You don't have to. It just makes it more powerful, and your body knows what to do. Jen, did we miss anything that in your experience? Did we cover it? Your
The
son.
only other piece is because I was having the acne issues, I got off the medication. I mean, you can't tell it now. I mean, I was losing like this amount of hair at a time when I was at my really worst, if you will, from a hormone perspective. I wouldn't say I think it's called alopecia. I don't think it was that bad. You could see my scalp So having those plant powders certainly helped. And then I added the omega. And the omega definitely took it to a different level, because I was having, and I mean, you can tell, I mean, I clearly don't have hair loss issues anymore.
Yeah, we're in the chat. They're saying, Jen, thank you so much for telling about the sugar, because people were concerned about it. And it's when I mean this from the bottom of my heart, you explained it very, very well about the sugar and the fiber and how they are buddies. And that's why it keeps it low glycemic. Thank you so much, Jen. So that was easy, right? That was, yeah. So hang around, or we'll see if we won't be on here too long. I'm gonna bring Bernetta back up and then we'll wrap it up. But thank you so much for your powerful testimony and the kitty. The kitty. So happy about the kitty. Keto is not okay. So Bernetta. So we're gonna come back to Bernetta. And so Bernetta left us with her journey, her health journey. And so Bernetta, you were able to, you've kept it off. Wow. Because you're a shredder as well. So how have you been successful? Because we know that's a journey. How have you been successful at keeping it off?
Well, you know, remarkably, the process that we're talking about tonight is really one that has helped. I started to notice that I didn't have to struggle. Once I got started with the shred, I just noticed that I didn't have to struggle as much.
Okay.
Fight against, gaining the weight back. And it seemed like all of that nutrition began to help my body sort of settle down. My next favorite part about the shred is I started to gain muscle. So a lot of people know that you want to have that muscle, but it's a challenge. And so this process really helped address that as well.
So when you, having had the bypass surgery, how was you? So you're not able to eat as much as you were before, but then does that also mean that you weren't able to get the nutrients as well in your body? And I think that's where our story, our lives collided, because I was saying to you, I was like, you should try these plant powders, and you were like, girl, bye, right? And like I was like, a lot of people, this is the thing, there are people on here right now that they're like, I already get enough vegetables, I don't need that, that's crazy. And I was like that, Jen was like that, you were like that, and then what happened? Because it just sounds too good to be true. So what happened?
Right. Well, then, and I am now, I've transitioned into being a vegan. And so, I was like, I'm eating all fruits, vegetables all day, I don't need that. But eventually I ran into an issue where my body was not absorbing the way it should. And it was impacting my blood. Oh my gosh. And my doctor said, you have to do something quick. And I said, okay, well, what do I do? And he said, you got to eat more green leafy vegetables. And I said, are you crazy? That's all I eat, Lord Jesus. And I really did say it just like that. And I panicked because I thought I can't eat anymore. I can't possibly eat anymore. And to all those who have had gastric bypass, or you've had some sort of gastric surgery, it's difficult to eat more. And I want to eat French fries, for heaven's sakes. So the first, after I got over crying and everything, I said, I gotta find that Robin lady and ask her about the capsules. And sure enough, I got them. And I'm going to be honest, when I got that package, I ripped it open and I started taking it twice a day. I was taking it morning and night, because by then the doctor had given me 90 days. And by then I only had 29 left. And I doubled up, and believe it or not, and I have the blood work to prove it, my level was way down close to the 2s, and it bumped up to 3.4. And my doctor was almost my very first customer.
Because she or he saw that.
What did you do?
Yeah.
And so whatever it is, keep doing it.
So Bernetta is a health coach, and just helping to change so many lives because she is more than knowledgeable, more than authentic, and truly has had her own story and her journey. But like so many of us, we were like, fruits and vegetables in a capsule. Yeah, right. And she as me as a nutritionist, I'm like, I eat enough fruits and vegetables. What could this possibly do to me? And for those of you who are on the outside saying, what could this, how could this possibly help you? You wouldn't know if you don't do it. Because I knew I was healthy. I knew that I wouldn't notice anything. And my personal story is that my eyes were always red. I used to put Visine in there. No more. My skin has brightened and changed. My gums used to bleed. They don't. My hair is all real and it's long. It's a lot that happened because most of us are running around deficient in nutrition, and then some cases not absorbing the nutrition that we are that we're having. And these capsules, this produce goes straight to your bloodstream, and it's just so useful. Did we miss anything, Dr. Bernetta? Was there anything else that you noticed, and just any other pointers and tips you want to give others that are trying to figure out what to do in 2023? What do you have? What do you want to say?
Well, you know what I would say is try it. I think Jen said it very well. She said it's fruits and vegetables, for heaven's sakes. And what could you lose? But our bodies were designed to digest fruits, vegetables, and berries, and it knows how to do that. And I took vitamins for 20 years. Okay, so I should not have been having a problem with my blood. I was very faithful.
Yeah.
But I did, because my body wasn't absorbing those vitamins are man-made. These plant powders, God-made stuff. I love it. And it works. So just try it. The beauty is, you nobody's ever died of an apple overdose.
True story. I would just say, y'all try it. What if we're telling you lies, oh lies, right? What if we're just making stuff up? Then stop doing it, right? But what if? What if? And that's what I tell people. It's not like you don't have anything to lose. But I always just tell people, I would say if I were offering cakes and cookies, I'd have a line out my door. Nobody would ever like sign me up. Cakes and cookies.
And can I just say this, Robin?
Yeah.
So many people have said to me, okay, I really want to try these fruits, vegetables, and berries, but let me ask my doctor first, right? Let me get to my doctor first. And my response is, okay, no problem. But let me just ask, did you call your doctor before you drove through McDonald's?
Correct.
I'm just saying, sometimes we,
Yeah.
it's just something to think about. I'm not trying to be mean, you guys. Please don't think I'm trying to be mean.
Yeah.
But sometimes we make, so just try it, relax and try it.
And try it. So we're wrapping it up because we try to keep y'all here no longer than 30 minutes. When I turn off the recording, then there's other people that might have things to say, so that's cool. But 2023, position your nutrition, contact the person that invited you here, and find out more how you can get on the SHRED train, right? And the SHRED comes with guidelines and nutrition plans and support and everything you need to be successful. And the thing that's really exciting about the SHRED is it's 10 days that you can commit to doing anything for 10 days. Though we recommend that you do the plant powders consistently for more than 10 days. But if you're following the SHRED protocol, do that for 10 days. Contact the person that invited you here so that you can get on board. And I'm gonna cut this recording off, and then we do what's called the after party, which is that other people will just chime in and share their stories. But if anybody has to go, I'm gonna stop right now. So contact the person that invited you here. So